Fuck fun and spicy.
Dude, yes, every time I turn the news on, every time there's something crazy going on in the world today, dude.
Yep.
I thought we were going to leave all that stuff in 2023.
No, but here we are with drones.
The size of cars.
Yeah, right. The size of cars. People thought it was Santa's sleigh.
And we got earthquakes,
shootings, murders.
We got people who, you just hate each other for politics, dude. And here it is Christmas.
Are you guys those people that believe that the world is just getting worse now, or is it because the simple fact is that now everything is televised or radio?
We have so much social media that everything is so quick to be put out there. That everybody's a news broadcaster now. Look at us, we're media. We don't have a huge following, but we're still media to some degree. We report shit that maybe not everybody knows.
And I mean that too. I think I agree with you. I think we're so connected as a community, as the world, as a community, social community, that we hear about everything all the time. But also I think it is because, like we're zoned in on it. Like it's almost like we're looking for things to happen. I tell people it's like that. What is that? There's a word for it. There's a syndrome it's like the red car syndrome. Like you go out and you're like, oh, I'm going to get a red car because I never see red cars. Mm-hmm. And then you buy your red car and then all the time you see a red car.
Yeah.
So you feel,
absolutely.
I forget what it's called.
I think it is.
You could be a cop in Hawaii, downtown Honolulu, beautiful place, palm trees, ocean. But you're a cop and you see the worst of the worst every day. You don't get to enjoy the good shit because you're looking for the bad. Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. And you and I got kids, and now we're dealing with another school shooting, man.
Right, dude. And I think the biggest thing that was surprising to me was the age of the person that did the shooting.
No, she wasn't
years
that
old.
young. Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
15, bro. What were you doing at 15?
Me? It involved a VHS tape and a sock.
Oh, this was a girl.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
a
a
girl.
female.
Oh my gosh, you never hear of girls like doing
Another thing.
No.
Well, now I don't know if there's been any truth to the matter. I did hear that it might have been a trans
No,
female,
that is false.
but that it could have been false because there was no
That is false.
verification on that.
No, they verified she was a girl.
Okay.
She has gone through multiple divorces with her parents and step parents, and she's been in therapy. She's been dealing with a lot. She's a troubled youth. She was seen at gun range with her dad. There was a couple pictures taken about 5-6 months ago. So she was learning how to shoot. But nothing more has been released. That's the latest. I looked it up just before the show. I wanted to get educated, so I didn't sound like a schmuck. You know how I get.
Yeah.
I ramble about crap. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I know so far. If there's anything else, I don't know. But it was a Christian school. I went to Christian schools my whole life, from kindergarten all the way
You're
through
like,
high school.
It's usually where you hear it's despite Christian schools, usually where you hear the worst stories from. At least in my experience, when people tell me like, "Oh, I was in Catholic school," listen to what I did. I'm like, "Golly!"
You want me to
I went
tell
to
you the
public
truth?
school, and it was nothing like that.
I went to public school for 2 semesters because I got kicked out of one of the private schools. You guys know Spicy. I love weed. I've loved weed since I was a kid, or not a kid. In my 20s is when I started. But when I was a kid, I got in trouble for something I didn't do. I got kicked out of school because somebody was like, "Hand this bag over." So I did. I was like, "Here, take this." We were sitting at a desk. Dude, I swear on my eyes, it wasn't until I hand the bag to the kid, and it was just a little fucking, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wasn't even a 5 bag that this kid was handing to another kid. He's like, "Give this to fucking," I'm not gonna say any names. His name is Spicy. No. But I hand it over, and the teacher sees me hand this kid a bag. He grabs the bag out of both of our hands. I go to the principal's office, and I'm expelled for being a weed dealer, of all things. I enjoy marijuana. I really do. I am not a dealer, dude. That's
Not
not
you
my
out
life.
here dealing weeds.
You know what I'm saying, though? It's just stupid.
I remember
So-
when I was in high school, they used to have the drug dogs come out all the time and sniff the lockers.
Really?
And then they would also go out to the parking lot and sniff the cars. And this one kid got in trouble because he had seeds on his floor, seeds and stems from
Seeds?
seeds. Yeah, like old baggies or breaking it up or whatever. He had
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this
another chick
smell
got
just gets in the seeds.
a beer cap. Yeah,
A bottle cap?
open container.
I think at
That's
that point,
that's
you're
bullshit.
you're
Any
just
judge
looking
would
for
be like, "Get the
things.
fuck out of here."
I mean, this is where I lived, with a small town of like 1,300 people.
Yeah, I think at that point you're just reaching for stuff, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a cop wanting to make a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But I
kid.
will
mean,
tell
you
you-
basically just run that kid's life
Well,
by charging an
if-
open container.
If at least possibility of getting into a good college. You want these kids to grow up and you do that shit to them?
Yeah.
But back to the school. I went to these private schools, and everybody thinks, "Oh, it's Christian schools and they say prayers every day and we memorized our Bible verses and blah 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 blah." These kids in high school were playing more than some of the TV shows I watch about kids that, you know what I mean? Like, these kids are over, "Oh, we're all going to go over to somebody's house and study." No, I heard about these 2 girls that gave this dude a BJ in the back of a fucking shed at their mom's house. And
Jeez,
it got all over the school. This is what all these kids were doing there. And I mean, Christian schools, they're no different than the public schools, sometimes worse. And I see how this can come because what I've seen, and I'll tell you the truth. A lot of these kids I went to school with got traumatized. And today, as I meet them and they become my friends again, like through Facebook and catching up with each other, we're all the same. We're just like, we can't go back to that fucking Nazi factory. We're all atheists. None of us go to school or go to church. I mean, none of us believe in God, believe in any of because of this stuff. And I don't know, I'm not trying to put down religion, right? A lot of the children that came out of that came out really scarred. So I can see how somebody like this poor girl, who's been through an unstable family life, has nothing to cling on to except Jesus. Maybe that let her down. I don't know what it was, but I'm not saying that what she did was right, but I see where these people can be made in these environments. That's my feeling on Christian schools.
Jacob, where's she at now? Do you
She's
know?
dead.
Oh, she is.
She shot
by
herself.
self-inflicted wounds. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, thank goodness it could have been a lot worse. It was one other student, and then her.
And a teacher.
But was the
Wait.
teacher also?
Yeah, it was the fatalities were one student and one teacher.
And we don't know if it was. Do we know if it was
One too many.
targeted or
Not yet.
it didn't say. It didn't say anything.
No.
Yeah, as far as if it was targeted or if it was random.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Like-
getting anything. I just looked it up as well.
I was just in the bathroom earlier and I'm just flipping through TikTok while I'm getting ready for the show, and they were talking about on TikTok, somebody was like, "Oh, they're about ready to read her manifesto." I'm like, "Can you just shut up? You know that they are not ready to do anything like that." There's people putting out fake shit for clicks anymore. So
Yeah.
anyway, what the fuck, man?
I mean, to me, I guess it just begs the question: who here is going to, who is going to pay the price? Who is going to pay the price for what she did? Is it going to be the parents? Should it be the parents?
There's the parents of. I mean, I get what you're saying, but the biggest price to be paid is already been paid. They lost their daughter,
Yeah,
and
correct.
some parent lost their kid, and some teacher lost her or some husband lost his fucking teacher wife.
That's an interesting question that you posed, though, because a lot of things that happen with children when it comes to like schooling, now this is completely different because the only common thing here is that she was in a school, but a lot of things that happen with kids in like schools, like if your kid just doesn't show up to school, like you as a parent are getting in trouble for that. Like even if your kid is like skipping class and you have no idea that they're skipping class. So I don't think parents would get in trouble for their kid going out and shooting somebody, though.
The last school shooter that happened, the big one. The father was charged because he let his son
really?
have access. Oh yeah, I think he's in jail still.
Yep. I feel like if you're gonna own
guess-
gun, if you're gonna own a weapon, and you're gonna allow your kid to be around that weapon, anything that happens with said weapon is your responsibility. You failed as not only as a parent, but you failed at protecting and keeping your weapons away and safely locked away from your children's use.
Yeah.
If it's in a safe and your child has access to the safe, your fault.
Mhm. You and I don't get along on hardly anything politically or whatever, but this is the one time, dude, that I'm 100% with you. 100%.
At what point do you get charged not for murder, but for negligence?
Yeah.
Right. I agree with that. Negligence and providing a minor with a weapon.
I used to date a girl. I used to date a woman whose child was always getting in trouble in school. And she was like, I have trouble disciplining her, blah, blah, and we ended up breaking up because I didn't see eye to eye with her on her views of the school's job was to correct her child's behavior. I said, no, that is your job. I was like, that is your job to do that. I was like, you're the one that's sending your kid there. Your kid is already bad before they get to school. Like,
yeah, that's not right. Although, in my private school, we got SWATs.
Yeah. And it was like the biggest thing was like, well, when she gets there, they don't do anything to help her, blah, blah. I'm like, it's not their job. Their job is to teach your child, not to discipline your child, not to correct their behavior. That is your job at home as a parent.
Okay, so let me ask you this, both of you. We'll start with Laws first, because I know that we don't have kids on your side. So if you had a child that was in school And in order to go to this school, that means that you can go to a very prestigious college and you're going to pay money to go to this school. And they say, but there's one thing: your child steps out of line, we want your permission. You have to sign this form in order to give them a swat with a paddle. Would you sign that?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Jacob?
Yeah, what my parents did it to me. Shit.
My dad signed that form, and
I
I got
mean, my
thoughts.
my parents did it to me too, but like I don't agree with that shit happening in schools.
Mm-mm. That's the thing, right? School is
Granted.
not the place for violence like that.
I don't think that it's a place for violence like that. However, there are people who are hired to come into classes to help with behaviors. And I do agree with that. I agree that it's okay to have behavior coaches or teacher assistants or teacher aides that will assist with keeping children like in line and focused. And, you know, like I used to be a behavior coach before I was a social worker, and I would meet with teenagers, like 4 teenagers a week. Well, 4 groups of teenagers a week, and we would work on anger issues and behavior and how to be out in public and how to be social and things like that. And I agree with that stuff. And then sometimes I would have to go with them and in the school, and I would have to sit with them because they would have outbursts or they would have, you know, tendencies to like lose their focus or whatever, and I would just kind of help keep their focus, you know. I agree with that. I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong with getting that kind of assistance for a
She didn't
child.
smack the kid.
Never. No.
Right. Right. So
Now what do you propose should be done? Like, if you ever seen these videos, I've seen these videos where I seen a video where a student was smacking his teacher. Like,
okay, well,
and the teacher just sits there and take, because what's going to happen if that teacher reacts? What's going to happen if that teacher does something to that student? It's going to be that teacher's career.
yes and no. If there is a videoed and verified, video of some teacher just smacking a fucking kid and the kid defending himself and fighting back, I think that any court of law would see that the teacher would lose their job. If the kid smacked the teacher and the teacher reacted, I think she'd be fine. So it'd be the same circumstance in reverse.
So when I was a behavior coach, we got trained CPI, which is, I can't remember what it stands for, but it's basically like how to detain somebody or how to, like, if a child attacks you, how to like detain them without hurting them, I guess, without like being aggressive and like punching them or something like that, you know?
Like step 4 wasn't just
Non-aggressive.
kick him in the cherries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that teachers should be trained that, like, different ways on how to protect themselves, but also detain a child if they need to.
You just brought up a good point. What about arming teachers? You've heard this argument. How do you guys feel about that?
If we get to the point where we have to arm our teachers, we failed as a society.
I think that there should not be armed teachers, but I think that security needs to be placed more into schools.
I believe that their security does need to be a higher metal detectors. You know what I'm saying? Mandatory. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and put those in there. It's not the fact, we're not living in the age where it's like, we shouldn't have to anymore. We shouldn't have to do that. Blah blah blah. All that good shit is out the fucking window. All
Yeah, I
that
agree.
good shit is out the fucking window. We are there. We are there now, and we've been there for a while. So now that we are in the shit, it's time to start thinking about the shit from that angle and saying, "Hey, we're here already. There's no, well, we shouldn't have to. Blah blah. We're here. Metal detectors in the schools.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No,
why
you're
are we
fine.
here? If you want to run it back, tell me what led to this. Is this where we're at? Why aren't we like every other country in the world that this doesn't happen?
Yeah. A couple of schools.
That happened.
Yeah.
My neighbor used to smack the shit out of me.
Some high schools, I mean, back in like when I went where I taught, I was a substitute teacher for a while in Kansas, in Wichita, Kansas, and they all had metal detectors like in their high schools.
Really? See, I've never
Mhm.
went to a school that had a metal detector. But I was born in 77, so class of 95, this didn't happen. Like I think Columbine was like the really, really, really big one.
Mhm.
For us, like the first big one. And we lost our minds. We couldn't believe like something like that would ever happen again. But then we also figured, well, this can never happen again.
Yeah.
And now it's happening all the time. Other
We had
countries
this,
report on our school shootings. We don't know about other countries because it doesn't happen as often.
yeah. We had a kid in my high school. We had a kid who the teachers found a list in his locker.
Oh, they got the
Well, he
unalive note,
no, like a list. I mean, is that what it's called? Like
the
a
death
list
notes.
of
Yeah.
people he wants to take out. Yeah. And so
You
they
in
were
your
worried in my school. Yeah. In my little school. This kid used to come to school and he was a troubled kid. And they found a death note, or not death note, but a
I know
list.
what you mean.
Yeah. And they actually expelled him for it. But he had also shown like other aggressions too.
Do you think
So
it, did they know anything about his family? Like, did you guys know what kind of an upbringing he had? Was it a troubled
I
kind
don't,
of
I think it was, I mean, just from like as a like another peer looking at like onto another peer, like looking back now, I think he did come from, you know, more troubled. I don't, but I don't really know for sure. I mean, you don't really know how people are. We weren't close friends, so I just knew him. Yeah.
crazy how you can be that close? And as a dad, that's what I worry about the most, Laws, is we live in a small town
Hmm.
and we're a very gun-friendly red Republican town. And what happens if one of these kids gets a hair up his ass and, half of our town works for a prison. Another quarter of the town's men work for the police force, either city, county, or state. They all converge here. And at what point does some kid get pissed off and grab one of those and go to work? I worry about this all the fucking time, especially when I hear about these things. My kids are not violent children. They're very sweet. They're very kind to each other. They take care of each other and us, mom and dad. They're awesome. Um, and I just think about as a parent, what happens to these children that get shot, and what can we do to stop it? There's nothing I can do.
Hmm.
Is there anything? I mean, if there is, and I'm not seeing it, let me know because I would love to be part of the solution. We can sit here and talk about it on a comedy show, the Fat and Spicy show, but how do we actually fix this? Is there a way?
And I think
Is it
these kids aren't even coming from only broken homes either, are they? I mean, like I've
no?
like ran across kids just being a social worker or a behavior coach. These kids aren't even coming from broken homes. They have like, I don't know what you would consider a great life, but they're not what I would consider a broken home, I guess. And they're still having issues. They're still filled with anger. They're still filled with hurt from whatever they've been going through.
When you went to a home, did you ever have the feelings of a family that tried to trick you as a social worker, where they were like put on
Uh,
the Ozzy and Harriet front, like all buttoned up and
um, I would say they tried to make like their situation seem less like not as serious as it was, or less, like I don't know, like they tried to make it seem like their conditions of how they were living or the lifestyle they chose to live wasn't as bad as what everybody thought it was, and it clearly was. It's just that their definition of bad wasn't what they were living. I mean, you have people who have grown up in poverty or in broken homes and they're like, this, I had the most amazing life ever. And they're like, well, you were poor and you had a broken home and you guys couldn't afford it. They were like, we knew no different though. Like that was our life and we were completely happy. I think that we as people develop like we choose, I don't know, I think it's kind of like a course that you choose in your life, how you're going to take the broken homes and the troubles that you've gone through and the trauma that you've gone through and let it create
you
you that way.
I mean, we are made from our trauma, that's for sure, right? Like that
Mhm.
defines who we are as we grow. Shit, none of us would be, even the three of us, you, me, or Jacob, wouldn't be sitting behind these cameras at this moment in this year if we didn't come from some kind of weird trauma that brought us all here, you know?
Yeah, but I think we deal with all of our trauma in a different way. I think our trauma
Yeah,
comes from,
we start a
you know,
podcast.
yeah. I mean, like for instance, like you could have a sibling, a couple of siblings where the daughter is just a wreck. She's doing heroin, she's doing drugs, she's doing meth, she's going out and hooking herself, whatever, because and then she says this is because I had a broken home, and it's all, like I've learned that this is how I'm dealing with my trauma. And the son has gone through the exact same thing, dealt with the broken home, dealt with the trauma, dealt with abuse, whatever, and he's able and capable of living his life just fine. I think people handle trauma differently. Some people allow it to break them, and some people allow it to make them.
I think some people define trauma differently too. Well, like you said,
Yeah.
if you and I were brother and sister and had the same dad, I'm shooting smack and you're in college.
Hmm.
What's the excuse there?
Yeah.
Is it nurture, nature? Is it the family? Is it, I had a girlfriend one time that said something that I'll never forget. She goes, we were talking about, excuse me, our childhoods. And she goes, stop, honey. We all had a fucked up childhood. Bill Gates's kids had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
Okay. No matter who you are, childhoods are fucked up. I'm like, holy shit, baby, you're right.
Hmm.
And then we broke up a week later over something else, but whatever.
Because of your fucked up childhoods.
It was all because of our child.
You were like,
Jacob go.
I'm not
Well,
sure. He said he had something that came up, and so we just, keep rolling, I
I don't know.
guess.
Yeah, I get no, that's fine, man.
So,
I like talking to you. I'm just like, man, I want to hear about his fucked up childhood too.
yeah. I mean, the example I came from was like, for example, my brother, like he told me like he went through all this stuff. I mean, he was suicidal for a while. He was an alcoholic for a while. He was using drugs for a while. And he said that, he looks back and he blames all that on his childhood, the things that he went through as a child. And I'm like, well, I'm not an alcoholic, and I'm not,
Yeah, you're not doing drugs. You're not carrying on.
yeah. But at the same time, we all deal with it. Like I said, we all deal with it differently, and it affects us differently. You can either choose to take that trauma and like let it build who you are, or you can choose to wallow in it in a while, which I've definitely wallowed in my own trauma for a while, you
Well,
know?
self sympathy is kind of fun sometimes. No
Yeah.
shit. It really is. Sometimes we need it. I feel like, shit, you know what? I want to be sad today. Today's
Hmm.
my day to be sad. Fuck the world. I know it feels
Hmm.
good. Wallow in self-pity.
Hmm.
But then the next day, I go to bed that night and I wake up the next day. I'm like, all right, that's about enough of that. Let's get the fuck back to work.
Fun fact: Spicy likes pineapple pizza served by squared sponge in pants. By squared sponge in pants. That's a
Man,
tongue twister. Tongue
yeah, it
twister?
is.
What
Spicy
is
likes
this?
pineapple pizza served by squared sponged in pants. I don't know what that means. That's
Is
okay.
this
Um,
a buddy from work?
no,
Do
I
you?
don't cut my
We
pizza
talked
into
about
squares.
we talked about pineapples on pizza before. Did you like
I
it?
like
I can't
it. I
remember.
love it.
Mhm.
I made it the other day. So every morning, when I make dough at work, I always have like a little leftover for like a half a pizza. But because I've been doing this so long, I'm like one of the few people around that can actually hand toss a half a pound into, a fucking nice 14-inch tray. My hand tossing skill. Wait, that sounds really bad. I was gonna say my hand tossing skills are excellent. Anyway, oh, don't even
Was that
remember my IG
Johnny?
name. I see. Who is that?
The only person I can remember with KS was Johnny. I don't remember though.
Trigger?
Yeah, it is him.
What
So,
up,
anyways,
Johnny?
you're busting this
Um,
ball with dough.
so yeah, that's one thing that I'm excellent at is I make these big pizzas, but they're thin crust. We don't serve thin crust at our restaurant. I made yesterday. I took, what sweet Thai chili sauce is, the
Mhm.
Mayploy. That was the base of the pizza, and then some mozzarella cheese, chicken, mushrooms, and pineapple.
That sounds good.
put it in the oven, killed it. I brought it out of the oven. I cut it up nice, and it's thin crust, so it's also nice and crispy with the sauce.
Cut it up squares.
Right? No, I didn't cut. There is a restaurant about 30 minutes north of us that cuts their pizza into squares. That's their thing. So even if I wanted to, I'm not allowed to. Huh?
It's called Domino.
Do they do that? Is that their thing now?
They cut their thin crust into squares.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I work as a chef for a pizza restaurant. I haven't called Domino's in like 5 years. You know what I did call? I called Pizza Hut once for their wings because there's no place to get wings in town, like crunchy, deep fried wings like theirs. And their sauce is really good.
When you every time you eat pizza, are you just judgy the whole time? Oh, I can make
No.
better pizza than this.
No, I am absolutely not. I don't eat a ton of pizza everywhere else. I want to see what else they have because I'm pizzaed out, Lozzie. I eat pizza every day. 6 days a week. I'm over pizzaed. We have Italian sandwiches. If I see a fucking piece of capicola again, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Why don't you, instead of like eating pizzas, like there was this place when I used to work at 911, we used to order from this pizza place, and they had pizza bowls. So instead of like the pizza, it would be like everything just thrown into a bowl, and then you eat it like that. Why not do stuff like that, like pizza bowls instead of having pizza?
Because my crust is an amazing recipe that's won me awards. I can't serve my pizza without the crust, and it's not pizza.
No, for you. You're like, I'm tired of eating pizza. Why don't you just have pizza bowls or get creative for yourself?
I do get creative. There was a day that I took a piece of tinfoil and folded it like 5 times so it was like a nice kind of bowl. And I did put a bunch of pepperoni in there, just flat, and then I put it in the oven so it would bake, and they all kind of turn into those little cups, little pepperoni cups, and they had oil and shit. So I dumped all that oil out into the little tinfoil pan. I took all those pepperonis out and dried them off so they're all nice and crispy. I took the oil and I mixed it with mayonnaise, and I made like a pepperoni grease mayonnaise mix. And I put it all over. I took a piece of bread, like a long loaf of bread. I hollowed it out, all that pepperoni inside, squirted all that mayo in there. It was so good. And then I put mozzarella and olives and pepperoncinis, and I put that whole thing in the oven again just to kind of heat up and melt the cheese. Pulled that out, cut that shit up.
Do you go to work high? Sounds like
every fucking day. You not know me.
That completely sounds like somebody who would just be high off their ass. Just like, what can I do today with all the ingredients in my kitchen?
Let me tell you one of my best sellers, Irish nachos.
Irish nachos.
We're known for our... Huh?
Irish nachos? What's that?
So I make our beer cheese in-house. I use our own beer. We brew 19 beers. So I use one of our beers to make this beer cheese. Comes out creamy and smooth and delicious. You can taste a little beer. So, and we also make our own corned beef in-house and my own corned beef seasonings. We have beef in the fridge curing right now. I take that and we shred it. It's nacho chips, beer cheese, sauerkraut, just a little bit, corned beef, tomatoes, and jalapenos. So corned beef and cabbage nachos. We sell so many of those.
So speaking of food and also schools, going back and kind of circling around again, what do you think of like school lunches?
I loved it. Well, I went to a private school, so I can't say like my parents paid. So these schools were rich. And I'm not saying that we ate the best, but we had like a really good, like 3 times a week, they would call in either McDonald's, Taco Bell, or Wendy's to come cater the school. Like they bring in like our order.
Are they going to start doing free lunch? I thought I saw something about free lunches for all schools. Are they going to start doing that?
I don't know if it's nationwide, but here in California, my kids get free breakfast and lunch if they want it.
Is that because like you fit into a pay grade or?
Nope, it's California, I think. We spend a lot of money on kids here, which I'm not against, but I don't know.
So every
Um,
school in California is free lunches and free breakfast
Mhm.
and lunch for all kids.
Mhm.
So do they have to pay for anything, like if they want like a cold lunch or
Nope.
no?
There's no lunch money, no nothing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I remember our school was always, you had to pay on your credit. I mean, the only time anybody would get free lunches is if you qualified for free lunches.
You had like a lunch credit?
Yeah, like you had to pay your lunch credit in order to get your lunches from school, and then if you forgot your lunch money, they would like give you like a really gross ham sandwich.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit,
So I read,
I see people get turned away and
hey,
not eat anything.
you're back. What happened? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Would you
Yeah,
knock over the
so
tree?
Oh yeah, you know it. Stockings fell. Grinch was coming in the
so
house.
you could either get the cold stack lunch, which was it would cost something, or you get the hot lunch. So you tell them at the beginning of their line, like, we want the cold lunch or we want the hot lunch. And if you want the hot lunch, you get what they cook that day. If you want the cold lunch, then they give you like a sandwich and chips and drink or whatever, milk. And then but you have to have your lunch money. If you don't have lunch money, you don't eat.
How much
And
was it?
I don't remember,
You remember? How
$2
much?
probably. I don't even know.
How much was your lunches? Do you remember, Jacob, your school lunches, or did you not have to pay? Because we never had to pay. My kids don't have to pay.
Um, I mean, me personally, I had the issue one time, where there was a balance, but because my parents didn't fill out, they're sending the proper paperwork, it was like lunch lady pulled you aside and said, "Hey, you can't eat until your parents fill out the paperwork. You're gonna have to pay the fee, blah blah, and you just don't eat.
Yeah.
You didn't eat?
You don't eat. That's it. Simple as that. You just kid with sitting there with no lunch.
Yeah,
How
when
much
I
was
say
it?
if you get a gross ham sandwich, you're lucky if you get a gross ham sandwich. Like if the lunch ladies like you, then you get a ham sandwich.
Dude, I would be bringing like $5 in change a day just to make sure that these kids got to fucking eat.
Yeah,
You know what I
trust me.
mean? I wouldn't. How can you put up with that as a lunch lady? I mean, I know nobody's making money. That really sucks that these kids don't
Oh
get to
yeah,
eat in their school.
oh yeah. Imagine going to school and then being there and then you don't get to eat. You're just there all hungry
Yeah.
and shit.
And you wonder why kids fail in classes. No brain food.
Yeah.
They're fucking tired. No energy.
Yeah, man. The school system, whack. Yeah.
There were
Oh,
some kids
and
that got lucky enough to get free lunches, but that's when I feel like that was when it was first starting to come out, but I don't remember for sure.
No, like I said, you could qualify for free lunch. You just had to turn the paperwork in. Like I said, it's just, but there are people that didn't qualify who had to pay for their lunch.
Mhm.
You know.
how do we feel about we don't like to talk too much politics, but how do we feel about Vince McMahon's wife from the WWE, Linda McMahon, heading up the education department?
As long as she brings back better lunches than what Michelle Obama did, because those lunches were sad. Those
So
lunches
Are
are
they?
sad. They're fucking horrible. They're fucking school lunches have went down so fucking far. It's disgusting.
I
I
was
just remember like the chili and like the cinnamon rolls and like the pizza, and I remember not ever eating the taquitos because they were disgusting.
okay. Man, like I'm not trying to boast, but I missed out.
You
'Cause we
missed
had
out?
like, dude, like the high schools I went to all had, because they were all private, you know,
Mm.
religious high schools. Like Central Catholic High School is a triple A rated football team. They're one of the best in the state. In our kitchen, like for lunch, we had deep fryers. They'd put out fries and fucking chicken wings and hot chicken sandwiches, like you see at AM PM, wrapped in the foils, and burgers and double cheeseburgers and bacon burgers and pastas and salads. We had a salad bar fucking as long as my arm, not really more longer than that. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we
we didn't have
ate.
all that.
We had fucking
We-
fridges full of Snapples and 7-Ups and shit, you know?
I
Yeah.
We
mean,
didn't know.
when you got into high school, you could leave for lunch, so you could go to like Subway or like
Yeah, if you had a car.
if you had a car,
That,
you could
even
beg
in
someone to get in
private
the car.
school,
Yeah,
we couldn't go.
really?
There was no off campus in private school for us in any of them. I went to 3 different private high schools. Uh, And yeah, you could never go off campus for lunch. God, what a treat that would be.
I
You know,
remember
you know,
my. Oh no, go ahead.
no, please, 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 please.
I was just gonna say I remember my freshman year of high school just leaving for lunches and just going to get high at the park with my friends.
Maybe that's why we couldn't do it. They were afraid we are going to be out token to
Yeah.
Chiba,
But
smoking
once
some
we got a
jungle
car,
fingers.
or I hung out with the cool seniors, and I made some senior friends, and the seniors would take us out. You know, like I had a really cool, I guess, senior friend, and we would always go to lunch and smoke cigarettes and drag Bane back and forth. Yeah.
I got to tell you about the last school I got kicked out of. And your story reminded me a lot of it because we did the same shit. Every once in a while in our chat, we'll see somebody who comes in that I know, Mr. GB, good friend of mine. We went to high school together. I'd come in, I'd pick him up from the bus stop because I had a nice truck. And yeah, women that cooked it. See, that's nice. Yeah, exactly. That was the 70s, right? When the school budgets had fucking money. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now the administrators make hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'd go pick up Mr. GB from the bus stop, and we'd drive to this little coffee shop. He is not a smoker. I am.
You
I
are?
was. I was even back in high school. I started smoking when I was 16. It's not going to stop. I've tried everything there is to quit. Let's go with the story. So about a half a mile from school, there was this little coffee shop in this little kind of like half a strip mall, and we go in there for this coffee drink called a Funky Monkey, which was coffee, cream, almond, and banana syrups. You know what I mean? With some whipped cream on top. Fucking delicious, right? And we'd sit in the truck and we'd listen to like rah rah Rasputin, lover of the Russian. You know what I mean? The fucking Boney M songs and stupid shit. And he'd be sitting there drinking his Funky Monkey before school. And I'd be sitting in the truck, fucking rocking out, smoking my cigarettes. And I don't know if a teacher caught us or if the person that worked at the coffee shop knew somebody at the church, because about a week after we started this routine, we got pulled into the principal's office.
Uh-oh.
And remember, Christian school, hyper Christian. He goes, Mr. You can leave, my buddy. Because he knew that he's not the troublemaker. I am. I've always been the troublemaker in this
Yes,
because I don't
sir.
believe in God. I ask questions. He goes, we had a gentleman. And you know what? Mr. Narrow was my principal's name. Fucking, I'm going to say it. Sam Narrow. Go fuck yourself.
Views expressed on that spicy show.
Can we bleep that in post? Maybe we shouldn't put that.
Or not. This is it. Hit it with a
No,
tag.
it's
Please,
live.
at least.
I'm walking into school. Speaking of corporal punishment, he grabs me by the fucking arm skin. You know what I mean? He's like, Mr. Rotola, come with me. He pulls me into the little school cafeteria kitchen. He goes, we had a student that didn't graduate a couple of years ago. Do you know why? I'm like, because he was a shit student. I didn't swear, but you know what I mean? Because he wasn't a good student. He's like, no, because he smoked cigarettes. Now, if you find anybody smoking cigarettes, I want you to tell me. And then he took 2 steps back, turned to the coffee machine, poured coffee into his coffee mug, put in 3 scoops of Nesquik powder, stirred it, and walked out of the fucking kitchen.
I was
2
ready
weeks
for you
later,
to say like he was putting whiskey in his coffee.
oh, I fucking wish. 2 weeks later, my dad got a call to go to the principal's office where Mr. Narrow gave my father all of the school books that it took to finish our classes, all of the tests, and all of the answer keys. And said, if your son stays at home and fills these out, we'll let him graduate. We'll give him a piece of paper, but we don't want him back. So you know what my dad did? Do you know what my dad did?
Because you were a smoker?
Yeah, because I smoke cigarettes.
What?
It was other things too. I asked so many questions. You don't even want to know. I questioned so many Bible things that didn't make sense, you know? And so, you know what my dad was a son of a bitch. But one thing he did, one day the day that we came home with all of this fucking paperwork, he went through and he grabbed all of the tests and he threw them on the fucking desk in his little office. And his office was like the Godfather office. It was big and beautiful and very dark. Like one light hanging over.
Did it have like a big bunch of cocaine on the desk too?
No, that was Scarface. But he had no, my Jesus loves. No, he had this
Wrong
huge
movie.
desk, and it was beautiful in this office. Just everything was gorgeous. Kind of like it almost looked like what Fatsy's window looks like behind him. Anyway, you could almost feature him stroking the cat. He sat me behind his desk, and he threw all the tests on the desk, and he looked at me, and he rifled through the papers, and he threw all the answer keys on the desk, and he goes, "Make it fucking look good." And he turned around and he walked out because he understood that those people were sons of bitches and really stupid. He got what they were about in that school. You know what I mean? So I did it. I got answers wrong. I fucking did the wrong math sometimes, but I passed everything. I graduated. I did not get to walk. I never got to hold my diploma.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's all right. Neither did I. I didn't get to
You
walk
didn't?
because I didn't turn in a math book.
What?
Seriously?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Lozzie, did you tassel and robe?
Yeah, we did. We had a slip and slide afterwards too.
Ah!
Yeah.
You did it over a math book? I didn't get to walk over cigarettes. You could do it on a math book?
Yeah. I didn't turn in a
that's
fucking math
frustrating.
book. I didn't get my diploma.
Was your mom mad or your parents mad?
No, they didn't care, dude.
Did you call back and get your diploma like later for like
you
job?
can get it.
I still have yet to get my diploma. Like,
really?
mm-hmm.
Shit,
I
they
graduated.
mailed me mine.
I got my transcripts and everything. I graduated, but I didn't get my diploma. They were like, "You'll get it. You can get all that whenever you turn and you pay the fine for the math book." I was like, "You hold your breath."
Seriously? How much was the fine for the math book?
It's like $20, dude.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say 20, $30. Jesus. How petty.
Exactly. Right, but that's the school system.
You went to prom. Did we all go to prom?
Not a good prom.
Not a good prom?
I didn't go to prom.
Didn't go to prom. No. You didn't have a prom?
No, like the school did. I didn't have one because
we didn't make it inside. No.
I was in a different program outside of regular school. Like I went to regular school, but I had accumulated a lot of credits from being like moving around to different schools. Like in my senior year, I moved 3 times.
Oh.
So I had accumulated different credits from different programs that I was already doing, and I only needed to go to school half the day. And they were like, "Well, you don't have to be here." I was like, "If you want, you can just." They were like, "We'll put you in there with the what are the bad kids called?
Remedial?
No, not those bad kids.
No.
Not the bad at math kids. The bad at the detention center. The
seniors still eating paste.
You know what I'm talking about? The people, the kids that are bad, they take them away from the schools, so they're not actually in school. They're in their own like building because they're so bad.
I know what you mean. You just described it, but I don't know the word.
Yeah, but anyways, I was in there with them.
Oh, like alternative school?
Yeah, alternative school. That's what it is. Alternative school. So I was there like, you can go to alternative school. You won't be in trouble, but that way you can just finish up your work online, and then the rest of the day you can leave. So I would go and I would leave. I would go and I would leave about 11, 10 o'clock. And then I would just go to work. I was working at Family Dollar. Or Dollar General. I was working at Dollar General. So I would leave work out of school and then I'd just go to work. And then finish.
I had a job like that in my before I got kicked out of that school. The seniors, if we had enough credit, I did a lot of summer school because I had nothing to do. I was an only child, so I could sit at home and play fucking Nintendo all day.
I was an only child.
So I was the weird one that chose to go to summer school, and I got a ton of credits. So senior year, we were allowed to leave if we had a job. So I found a job at fucking Subway. It was my first cooking job ever. I was fucking just making goddamn sandwiches. And
you were a sandwich artist.
I was my shirt fucking said sandwich artist. Now it's not too far. Now I'm I work at a goddamn brewery making pizza instead of sandwiches.
That's what they're called, sandwich artists.
Yeah. Real? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a job at Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster Video? I worked there. Mm-hmm. I was the dude that was like standing behind the counter watching movies instead of fucking filling out your shit. I saw so many movies.
Really? That's fucking awesome, dude.
Plus, they would let you, if you were an employee, you could take home movies or NES games back in the days of NES when it was still big, you know.
Oh, that's fucking
I
lit.
played everything they had. Beat every because I was like, can I just keep it out for another 4 days? They're like, you run the computer, dude. You can check it out or not.
Mm.
So yeah, dude, I
yeah.
just fucking that was my life. That was the best summer of my life. And then I got caught just like not doing my job and stealing candy.
Fucking A, bro. It's fucking Gary. He got the sweetest fucking job. You know what I'm gonna do? Fuck it up.
Dude, we were cleaning one night, and as I was walking out the door, that fucking box of Good and Plenty was just like, eat me. I'm like, all right. I just grabbed it and walked out the door. Apparently, if you ever walk into a Blockbuster, if you look up, there are mirrors up on the walls
There's
high.
no more
Yeah.
Blockbusters.
If you ever went into a Blockbuster, if you
Oh,
remember it,
yeah.
there was
Yeah, those were
always
the
a second
fucking
floor
cameras, motherfucker.
where
Camera
they sat up there
behind,
and
yeah.
no, there was an office. They sat up there and watched.
Oh.
It was a manager's office. And I didn't realize the manager was fucking still there as he watched me grab one box. 99 cents worth of Good and Plenty's cost me an amazing job. It was my own fault. I admit it. And
That's
I'm not
where
a
they used to
thiefy
put
guy.
the
Like,
cameras was behind those mirrors.
I get that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think in like the 60s or 70s, they made it so you couldn't put them in the dressing rooms anymore. Can you imagine that shit?
They used to
Anyway,
put them in the dressing rooms.
that was actually a thing. The two-way mirrors in the dressing room so the
Oh,
detectives could see if you were
yeah.
stealing. Yeah, that was a thing. Like we've
Yeah.
come a long way with human rights.
Yeah. Right? Oh my god.
Oh, the things I've done in those dressing rooms. Never mind. So
What the fuck?
you know, sometimes you try on clothes backwards and pretend like you're crisscross. Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to.
Did you guys have senior skip day? Did you guys do your senior skip day?
There, I mean,
Never had that.
my schools had that, but again, I didn't have any of that stuff. Like I said, I was in alternative school finishing up my work, so any of the traditions and stuff that they did, senior trips, I didn't have to do a senior project, so that was a plus. But yeah, you know, like most schools, they make you do like a senior project for your senior year.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to do one because
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I don't remember what mine was, but I remember having to do one. I
don't remember what it was, but I remember doing it.
I remember that we had to do one, but I just can't remember what exactly it was. But I recall like there being a senior project that had to be done, which I kind of feel like prepares you for college because before you graduate from college, you have to do a, you know.
Well, I mean, it does a lot of good. It doesn't
Project.
just college, but jobs, like even jobs now, they make you do projects, like So I think it was pretty good if the people did them.
The projects I get at work are you need to come up with a new special of the week.
I told you, you still have yet to butter the crust like I recommended.
Thank you, Jay.
I told you I can't.
Butter the crust.
We did. MFer. We did. And in our pizza oven, because it's an indoor pizza oven it's a ventless. You can't, there's no vent going out to the ceiling.
So let me explain the law.
You can't put it on there because it over smokes.
And tell me, Laws, if it's a good idea. So when you put a pizza in your mouth, what is the first part that touches your tongue?
The crust?
The crust, the bread, right? And it's always the same. It's always just bready. Imagine if you bit and it hit your tongue and it had that buttery Italian kind of buttery herb taste, that you get on like garlic bread. That would fucking be phenomenal. Like just butter the bread.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, why is not every pizza company in the world following your directions if it's such a good idea?
Because they're not me, bro. They don't have these ideas. They don't have these big bang ideas like I do.
That's where they got the buttered crust from now. They're like, oh,
yeah, but I don't want the crust. I want the undercarriage.
Then you tell me how you're going to butter a pizza floppy that's already
they got
hanging
the I can't believe it's not butter spray. You just
how are you going to spray the bottom?
The fucking pizza.
You're going to flip it over and spray it.
That's actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty smart.
When you go to take it out the oven,
box.
you put it on the box. The box. Throw that motherfucker on top.
Yeah.
And so the box is going to get so fucking oily that it leaves a stain on your car seat, and you're going to be pissed.
I mean,
No,
it
when
does
you give it to
anyway.
him,
Oh, no,
paper.
Spicy
Put
came
some
up with the
parchment.
facts.
Put some parchment fucking paper
You
down.
can't. The parchment gets oily too. We've tried that. It gets weird. And
What about?
texture.
I
You
mean, I
can't.
know some places that have
Bacon
done like
sheets.
foil.
I'm not wasting foil. Foil's expensive.
Damn sure he is.
You understand? I'm coming up with every fucking excuse.
Yeah, he is. He because he don't
Hey.
want to fucking try it because he knows it's gonna be fucking delicious.
Or you
I'm
could
sure
just
it is.
get those freaking tin, those things that like Pizza Hut uses for their pasta. You know, like tin
Mhm.
things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
make
would just like a
into a
nice
pizza
like a.
box.
Do they make like a Parmesan butter?
You do in your house. You got Parmesan and butter. Why don't you just do that? And like once you get the pizza, just spread that out on your table and just plop it
Yeah.
down, and then like.
The pizza box unfolds to be flat. You can slide that out into a tray of the buttery shit that you want for yourself.
I'm gonna
Did you not
fucking
think
do
of
it. I'm
that,
gonna
greedy
fucking
guys?
do it next time, just so I can tell you fucking guys how fucking amazing it is.
You have to
And
eat
in
it
other
on
news
the
today,
stove.
Phat, the host of the Fat and Spicy show, is found dead in his kitchen after an artery exploded after eating a butter.
No.
I'll fucking do it again.
It would be something even stupider than that. It would be like he slipped on the butter that
Slipped on the
fell on
fucking
the
butter.
floor.
Oh,
Didn't even
yeah.
get to
That-
fucking eat it. Didn't get to fucking eat it on the fucking
Did we discover the true meaning of irony?
Oh, dude, that's fucking crazy.
That's funny shit.
I'd be so fucking pissed going to heaven on that. I'd be like, no. He'd be like, welcome, my son.
Final
I'm like, no,
destination
fuck
shit.
no, man. I was so close. So close.
I swear to God, if that happened, if I slipped on something stupid in the kitchen, in my pizza kitchen, and broke my neck,
So let me
I would literally sound like Cypher from The Matrix. Not like this.
let me ask you that. Like, what would be an embarrassing way for you to die?
James said at Pizza Hut, the early 90s, we used to Crisco oil. We used to Crisco oil the pans, 3 squirts, and damn, it was awesome, Chris.
Thank you, James. That's what I'm saying. Bring it back. People just so stingy nowadays. Nobody want to add a flavor. Oh, we can save some money on that whole bag. Remember, it's only 8 pepperonis per fucking large pizza. And I swear the pepperonis is like they're fucking getting ridiculous with it.
What's wrong with?
So most.
Okay, I will give you that. I put a ton of pep.
I mean, to me, like even when I go to like places like Subway and I watch them put the meat on the fucking thing and the vegetables, I'm like, man, it's not coming out of your fucking pocket. Like you're not paying for it. Put me some more on there. Like,
But they're
fucking-
required. I was a sandwich artist too. Actually, I became an assistant manager.
I get it. You know,
and
I
they're
get a
required-
scoop of chicken.
6. No, it's. Did you know you're only supposed to put 6 olives?
Yes,
on sandwich?
yes. And I never fucking did. I said, fuck that shit. And all of the meats
6
are all
pieces of onion.
pre-measured
Yeah.
and cut. Like, so you
Yeah.
can't add extra meat unless you order extra meat and you get the
It's
whole fucking
stupid.
slab.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Give me the spoonfuls of fucking chicken. But when your fucking spoon's about that big, about fucking round,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you fucking. It's like
So
it's
we've
like,
all
it's
seen
like the
them-
bag of chips got all the air in the bottom.
I always get
Well,
mad
that's
with the tuna.
For a
Like
reason.
1 scoop for a whole ass 6-inch.
And,
Like,
and the
what do you think?
scooper's like that fucking big
Yeah.
right
And the
there. around it.
scooper is tiny.
I'm
So we've
like,
seen the Chipotle memes where they're like, oh, they didn't give me any chicken in my fucking Chipotle.
that
burrito."
wasn't actually a meme. We could call that more of a movement.
Okay.
Because literally they were making the sandwich, and as soon as they got there, they're like, all right, okay, no, I don't want it. Throw it away. I'm
We
good. They
just
walk out.
got one in town. Lines around the corner to try this new amazing thing that we've only ever I'm from Portland. I'm from a city. We don't here know what the big eatings are, but I'm sorry, that sounded really bad to the people
Yeah,
of
it's
Crescent
okay.
City
That's
that
how
are
I go.
watching.
Yuck.
The views expressed on the Fat Spike. So anyway, my wife brought home the fucking loaded steak burrito for me or whatever the hell it is. Dude, there must have been maybe in the entire burrito 15 strips of steak. That was it.
Where is this
It was
at?
Chipotle.
Oh, I've never had that experience.
It was all fucking rice and beans or whatever the fuck. It was just starch. There was no meat in there. I'm like the memes or whatever it is, whatever the thing is, it's true. They don't give you enough food, man. Everybody's stingy with the food. I do not. You know what I've heard?
Now, let me ask: is it? Let's be real with ourselves. Is it that they're stingy, or we're just fucking fat asses?
No, it's not, dude. Because in my restaurant, my corned beef sandwich.
But
No, let me tell you.
But let's
You
talk
get-
about this.
you get
The
one
increase
sandwich.
in size.
You get one sandwich, and most people take the other half home. because I load that thing with almost 3/4 to a full pound of corned beef and fucking sauerkraut, and it comes on thick fucking marble rye bread. I make you eat. You know why?
You fucking eat
Because
the
our mark
motherfucker.
because we know how to mark up prices and make sure that they fall within a 33% markup percentage.
Well,
It's
granted,
restaurant math.
that is the thing. That is the thing right now. That is one of
Good
the major key
marketing.
roles. Is are you paying for what you're getting?
Yeah.
You know, but you can't go into fucking Taco Bell. You can't sit there and go in there and say, I paid $2 for this fucking taco and there's barely any hamburger. You paid $2 fucking for a taco.
Yeah,
What
that's
the fuck are
true.
you
I
talking
hate
about?
Taco Bell meat.
You
Ugh.
come into my restaurant, you
gross.
pay $18 for that fucking sandwich.
And by God, me, if I pay $18, I want to leave with another half.
And
Or
I leave you
I
with
want to
yeah,
at least leave
exactly.
uncomfortable, feeling like I
Yep.
fucking hate myself.
So this is actually a
Oh,
funny
yeah,
topic.
okay.
Yesterday, me and my mom went to this place called Mr. Greek, and we ordered an
Yo, Mr. Greek.
appetizer. Mr. Greek, yeah.
Okay.
We ordered an appetizer, right? And this appetizer was like $17.50, and on it was like a bunch of olives and a bunch of like pepperoncinis and like tomatoes and you don't know what a
Peppercini?
pepperoni?
It's a
Sounds like a
pickled
little
banana
small
pepper.
fucking pepperoni.
They look like
a little
banana,
bitty
yeah.
pepperoni.
Yeah, they're
Like-
little banana peppers, pickled.
Banana peppers, yeah. And then like it had like feta cheese on it and like tomatoes. But it definitely wasn't worth like $17.50 for some olives and tomatoes and cheese.
What
It wasn't
olives
even
were they?
that
Were they black
much.
olives?
They were the pitted, the ones with the seeds in the middle.
Calamatas, purple,
Yeah.
kind of salty,
Yeah.
hyper expensive.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird because we were just like
So I made a
$17
pizza I made a pizza that was almost like what you had. It was chicken, feta, spinach, and Kalamata olives and some onions, because you want some kind of a tangy crunch in there. And fuck, that was the most expensive pizza we ever had. And it was all because the fucking feta and those olives. That's too
Yeah.
much. And we had this sliced. Yours
I mean, it was
had the
good. I
bits and
liked
shit.
it.
It was
Yeah.
good though, huh?
Yeah.
That feta
And then we
rocked.
had something else that was like this, like I don't even know what it was because the way I couldn't even pronounce it if I told you. But it had like this mixture and it was wrapped in a grape leaf.
Oh yes. Fuck yeah. My first wife and I used to go to this Greek restaurant in town, and they had this lemon orzo soup.
Mm.
Beautiful. And then we drink ouzo, and they'd come across, and if you got there on a Friday night at the right time upstairs in the bar, they'd do the Greek dancing where they opa and they smash the fucking plates
Mhm.
everywhere. We had a guy that would balance a table in his mouth, like on the leg.
What?
Oh, it was fucking. They put on a show. Those fucking Greek guys, dude. It was. What was the face I made? I missed it. Do it.
It was horrible. I don't want to do
No,
it.
yeah.
It looked like
I'm
a
not doing it
madman.
again. But no, that's what it was. It was crazy. It was good times though. And the ouzo. I'll tell you one thing about. Have you ever had ouzo?
What
It's
is it?
The
It's a
only Uzo
Greek
I know is the
liqueur.
guy from WWE.
Jimmy Uso. Ouzo is a Greek licorice flavored liqueur, heavily flavored with anisette. It tastes like, mentholy and it tastes like
Jesus
anisette.
Christ. It sounds like you're drinking rubber
It's
duck.
kind of like absinthe or something flavored.
Almost milder but spicier, almost like it's got some cinnamon kind of not cinnamon.
I've
but
had
some little
golden grain
spice in it.
before.
So
Golden
the
gray.
problem with this is, I don't know what that is that when you drink ouzo, you shit like no other for 3 days. It is the most
Oh.
beautiful, glorious thing. I got 5 pounds lighter after eating a 10-pound fucking Greek meal.
I had the shits for 3 days. It was amazing.
Yeah,
It
right.
was
Who
so
says that
good.
shit? Like,
Have you never had one of those kind of craps?
you've
where
never
you're just
had
like,
the Uso, you never shit your fucking
you've
guts
never
out.
no, you've never had diarrhea where you're like, "Arr," and you get off there and you're like, that was great.
No.
I feel amazing.
No, that fucking hurt. Like I'm done.
I just talked to my dead grandmother.
No.
Man,
With
usually when I get like that,
diarrhea?
when I get like that, I'm like, no, never again. I'm sorry, please, love. Sorry.
Where's the ice cream?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Come on, ice cream.
pass me a wet wipe.
Jesus.
It's
Oh, so
tender.
there's a good
It's
question.
tender.
Do any of us keep? I don't. Do any of you guys keep wet wipes or baby wipes in the back of the Jacob's like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, yeah.
We wet
I
wipe over
keep-
here, bro.
I
Butt
keep-
stays wet over here.
You know, you got feminine wipes, wet wipes. Yeah, you take care of your
I
stuff.
tell you right now, for the guys, look at me. I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at you guys. The guys, look at me. Dude wipes, okay? Because
Good
the
wipes.
toilet paper ain't cutting it. I'm guarantee you. Buy you some wipes. Grab you if you got a baby. Grab some baby wipes.
Is that
if
a
your
brand?
Wife, if your wife has some makeup wipes, grab some makeup wipes. Okay, but I want you to wipe like you normally would. Go in the bathroom, you do your business, and wipe like you normally would. And when you think you're good, grab a wet wipe, and then I want you to wipe again. And I guarantee you,
That thing will not be virgin.
You're not done. Okay.
I have my friend's husband. He
You ever
has a
grabbed the Clorox?
bidet. He has a bidet, and he will
I do.
not. He will not use like if he has to shit, he will come home he'll hold it and come home from work just to shit in his bidet. Like he will not.
That's extreme.
He won't use the work.
No.
So he is playing life or death. He is playing the ultimate game of risk.
I think he's
I guarantee if that's his logic, he shit himself before going home.
Absolutely.
I think if it's an emergency, then he's probably shit there. But I think he will try. I think he's gotten used to it to where he's kind of regulated his body. But he will not he had to have his bidet installed in that house, and it's so weird because that bidet is like the littlest toilet seat ever. It's like one of those child toilet seats, and I'm just like,
not wrong.
I've sat in some weird toilet seats. I'm not gonna lie. Over the years, like they have the big long egg ones, where like you got like a fucking foot in front of your fucking junk.
Your feet are dangling.
You're like, what do I do with the rest of that space? And
those
then you
old people lifted ones.
You got the old people lifted ones, and you got the ones that are really down low. You got like, and then you got the circle. You got the circle toilet. You ever had to sit in a circle toilet?
No.
Oh my god, it's so fucking.
I don't
weird.
Crap in a bucket.
It's like it's weird, and I'm like, it's like an old toilet. I'm like, what the fuck kind of diabolical shit is this?
A circle toilet.
It's round as a fucking it's round.
I don't know. When I was in China, I had to get used to.
The squatty thing, right?
Oh yeah. Did they really have the squatty toilets?
So did they have a bar at least to hold on to?
No.
Like, could you?
Sometimes.
Couldn't it be me? Couldn't be me.
I
didn't get back up.
No, I didn't think I'd be able to do it either, but your body gets used to it, and actually it's better for you. But I remember going to this one place, we all took a trip. We got in a van, and we all took a trip to a river to go boating. And it was just basically like, you didn't even have stalls. It was just like this like a long ass hole in the ground, and you just walked in there and you did your business and walked out.
Oh,
and most of them are in your showers. So like we had a westernized toilet in our apartment. You can get apartments and you can go places that have westernized toilets. But if you're in a public place, I kid you not, most of the time you're gonna see footprints on the toilet seat because they're still squatting on the toilet.
Wow.
I've seen it.
I'd be afraid to break the toilet seat. What?
I've seen people like they squat on the fucking toilet seat and then they get it on the fucking back wall and stuff. It's fucking weird.
So that's a question, right? I worked at a Circuit City, and you walk into the bathroom, and it was like you can see my hand, right? Like the top of the toilet is here, which means the hole's here.
Yeah.
Here's the top of the toilet. There is shit sprayed here. How does that happen? Do they bend over and it just fires out like a rocket?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what they do. They literally just. Boom.
You never bent over and farted?
Not with my pants down.
No, I'm saying.
No, wait, what do you mean?
It was that one time in college. That was hazing.
You never bent down to grab something and you farted or something because your body
on purpose or like
by accident.
Okay, but this is on purpose though. They literally got to go in there and.
But sometimes
but that's the question.
They can't hold it, so they have to pull their pants down.
That's what it is. I think it's just the fact that they can't hold it. They just can't hold it. They just they're rushing. They're trying to get their fucking pants, and then by the time they get it, it's horrible. Yeah, no.
So I'll tell you something gross that we have here. We live on the coast, and if you're going up the 101, or I'm sorry, no, southbound on the 101 from where we live, they have these little rest stops, and it's restrooms, and each one has a stall, but each stall is like what you said. It's a hole, like a toilet seat, but underneath is a hole where each stall it just drops into one huge underground trough, and you can look down there and see all the shit from each individual stall.
Why would you look?
My well, because you can't help it. You know, you gotta you get up there and you just take a peek. I mean, just what the fuck's that all about? Like you can see it's like a porta potty. You see all the duty
fucking
and
privy?
papers and shit. Here's my no, it's huge. It's a rest stop.
It's a
But here's my thing.
A medieval toilet.
It's so because you don't poop into water, you poop into this fucking pit.
Canal.
Almost. What happens if you drop your phone in there?
It's gone.
How many people have dropped their keys in there?
Would you want
You
it?
know,
What's that movie where he like he dropped it? He dropped something down in the toilet, and then he had to climb down inside of it. What was that movie that came out?
Ernest Goes to Camp.
No, there was
Ernest Safe Christmas.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
It was.
You
I think
remember
it was
Ernest?
a Bollywood movie, maybe. I don't remember.
How he do it?
Anyways, he climbed
Vern?
down into the shitter to save something, and then
Know what I mean, Vern?
I don't remember anybody climbing into a crapper to save anything.
I remember something like that, but I don't know if it was a skit or I saw that or a movie. I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was called.
That is crazy, dude. Oh man, I don't know if I could do that. I'm glad where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at with my toilet. If I probably do want a bidet though. I want to just try that.
Have you never tried one at all?
No.
It's
Just changing life.
Look at his face.
it's so good, dude.
It's weird at first.
You know how your fingers get wrinkly when you spend too much time in a pool?
I don't want my ball to get wrinkly, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? You just letting it
Dude,
run.
I sat there for so long that I didn't even realize I had legs anymore.
I can't sit on toes long. My legs fall asleep, bro.
Control.
Yeah, mine did. I'm saying.
Wait, is yours constantly flowing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
You
It's
have,
connected
does it
to
have
it's
like little
connected to the hot
buttons?
water heater.
I don't know. Like,
No, ours
this is just-
ours is a knob. It's a
I'm sitting here thinking it's like a little buttons like Turbo Man, just like jetpack. Just like you just
Well, I mean,
no,
that's how
no.
it is. Like the bidet, you sit on the bidet. It doesn't. There's no water flowing or anything like that until you push the buttons on the wall, and then it'll cause the water to flow. But you have to like hold it or whatever.
Have
Well,
you
not
seen
hold
the
it for
Japanese
seconds.
ones where the arm comes with like,
No.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you?
and then when
what are
it's
you
done,
watching?
it plays like a little doot, 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 doot.
Wait, what is this? What is this doing?
This is the water. This is the arm
Oh, I
coming.
thought it was like a hand came out and was fondling your balls.
Yeah, I was like, what are you? It's like this Japanese created like some kind of robot AI that just comes out like a
The Shih 3000.
yeah.
The
know,
Tickle
they
Monster
canceled.
500.
Yeah, like
Last episode of the year, more like the last episode. Period.
just comes out as like
No,
that's crazy.
That's I legit thought that's what you were talking about as well. I
No,
was like,
it sprays the water.
you didn't even say water or nothing. You just said it just comes out. It goes like this and it comes out.
Yeah, just
You were
like
talking about
arigato.
bidets. I thought it was implied.
God, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I love my bidet.
God, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, no.
Have you ever
I'm
sat
good.
on it wrong and then it just go?
Let me ask you a
No.
question, Spicy. Have you ever sat
There's
your
no
toilet
wrong ways.
backward?
Huh?
Have you ever straddled your toilet backwards? Like,
Yes, once.
yeah, I know it happened.
I have.
No, it was
once
after
I was
amazing
little.
SEKS,
See,
and I had to go so bad.
SEAS.
SEKS. SEKS.
He's having a stroke. Leave him alone. It's after a good SEAS.
Spell sex with a K.
He
No.
said SEAS. Sees.
That's not what I spelled.
That's
um,
exactly what you said.
SEKS.
Oh Lord, dude.
I'm trying to be nice for the YouTube things,
I got you.
for the algorithm. Anyway, but things hadn't finished yet, and I had to go. So it was like either that or the shower. Just
I
saying.
mean,
You asked, I told.
when I was
My
little,
life's an open book.
when I was
What?
little, I sat on the toilet backwards because my brother told me there would be like a monster that was gonna jump up and grab my ass and bite me, and so I sat on the toilet seat backwards so I could watch the whole time.
Oh my
Oh.
God. What that kind
Yeah.
of traumatizes that?
Trauma.
That's crazy.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everybody answered this question but Jacob.
But
Have you
Have I what?
ever straddled backwards?
Oh yeah, I put my phone up there, right? I got my phone. I got my fucking chips. I'm fucking watching TV.
You eat chips while you're on the toilet?
No, it's fucking. I have, but no, I don't do it.
He's
It's not
got
a regular
Doritos and
thing.
salsa.
It's the same thing as like when you go in and you're chewing gums. Like do you still keep chewing the gum that's in your mouth? Because that's
I
not
don't-
sanitary either.
You
I
know
just
what?
don't eat
Honestly,
it
I don't
forever.
think I've ever chewed gum in the back.
Think
Like,
about it. It
seriously?
hits you. It hits
Okay,
you.
so I'm
You've
gonna.
done it subconsciously. You probably done it. You just don't realize. You're just like, this is
But I
gum in my
don't
mouth.
chew gum like this.
Right?
it's
You're not
still-
sitting on in the toilet like a cow just chewing the cud.
It's like,
It's still in your mouth. It's still going in there.
I don't sit
You
there and
still
blow
breathe
bubbles
in.
while I'm pooping.
Whether you're in there and you just breathe in, whether you're in there just doing it, the particles are in the air. You're doing what you're doing, you know. But if I do go to the
Never
restroom
leave your-
in public, I'm one of those people. I clean the seat every time I go to the restroom in public.
You put the paper.
I put
do.
toilet paper. I don't put that little paper thing down.
Why don't you put the
I
paper thing?
put stuff down too.
Because
You put-
half the time I fucking do it. I don't know which end the fucking rip. I don't know what end goes in the toilet. I don't know what end sticks out. I'm just like, and then I rip it.
Okay,
And
let
it
me
rips
give
in
you
half,
no,
and it's just like,
dude,
it's too much.
dude. It's a piss break. Take it easy. You're getting overworked up, man. It's a piece of paper. So the part that flops down
They all
goes in
flop
front
down.
of.
If you rip it from either side, it flops down.
There's the
No.
pre-cut, so it's supposed to be a circle, but in the middle it kind of goes down, right? Like opens
Okay.
and flops in.
Yeah.
That part faces your pee-pee.
Yeah, I know. So whenever I go to rip that part, it rips the thing because it's like it never cut right. It's never like it's cheap, I guess.
Why are you
Then
ripping
I don't know
that
what to tell you.
Because you get to go into the toilet, you got to rip the little thing.
You're
off.
not supposed to rip it. You're supposed to sit on it and then let yourself rip
You
it.
don't need to rip the thing off. That's how it goes.
Wait. What do you mean you let yourself rip it?
It's water soluble. It turns into mush the second you urine hits it.
That's nasty.
You don't have to rip the little floppy thing off, floppy piece
No, you
off.
just pee on it.
You just
Pee on it.
But it's so close to your shit. Like yourself. Like at some point
That's
it's gonna
how the water collects it and brings it down. That's how the water grabs.
Oh
the
well,
thing.
that's the problem. Mine's so
No.
big it busts through automatically. My
Yeah, I'm sure it is. You got pee on your nuts, motherfucker. I see why you got a fucking bidet.
the
Yeah, okay. But no, I take the strip. I take one strip, and then a strip for the back end. And there's 3 strips of toilet paper, and I sit down.
What are you worried about?
What am I worried about? Fucking piss, shit stains, jizz, somebody's ass chafe. I don't like that.
Ass chafe?
Okay, when people have dirty butts and they don't clean their butts, they leave like a residue on the toilet seat.
All right, you're fair
I
enough.
don't like that.
What do you do with your junk when you're pooping?
What do you mean, my
It
junk?
hangs down into
You
the
don't ever
toilet.
shit on it?
No. Well, she don't have one. She don't
Lord
know.
did amazing work, and he designed it in
The
such a way
Lord
where your butt,
did
where your butt's
amazing
not
work.
so close to the thing where you don't have to have that issue.
Have you ever had the shit so bad that you have like sprayed on? You're like, now I have to wash my nuts or something.
The Lord did amazing work. I'm crying. Oh my God, Jacob. that
Look,
was
guys, we have
fucking
reached
great.
way past the time, guys.
Yeah,
All right, guys, we go.
I'm crying, dude. That was so fucking funny. The Lord did amazing.
Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of those things you just kind of do. I think the biggest issue that men have to worry about is when it's splashing up, and getting you wet. We call it the Poseidon's kiss, the kiss of Poseidon.
So I see these guys like so it's not even like on the back of the wall, but like on the underside of the toilet bowl. How does on the toilet seat? How does that happen?
They probably
don't
wipe
do
their
that.
hand there. Like they probably get it on their finger and then they just kind of wipe it up.
No. It's like spots. It's like 2 hands fumbling your balls. No, it's like freckles of poop under the toilet seat. Do you guys get this? Because I don't know.
Not personally in my bathroom, but
I don't understand. Some people take really weird craps.
Yeah,
And
they
this
do.
is our episode for Christmas.
I think it's just it comes out to a mannerism. People, if you got kids, show them how to wipe their butts. Okay. Remember, ladies, if you have daughters, please teach them the importance of hygiene. It's never back to front, always front to back.
Wait, that
Spicy, don't tell me you wipe back to front, you motherfucker.
you don't?
Oh my
What
God.
is
Back to front. I wipe side to side.
Side to side?
what? What are you talking about?
Scoop it out.
What are you?
Wipe side to side.
You just like smeared up your leg and just like, ah.
You do the zigzag. You don't know how to use the 3 seashells?
I just picture him like fucking.
Ice cream scooper.
He's in there like he's fucking kneading dough. He's just like gotta weave it into a ball.
I heard somebody say something very interesting about wiping your ass. They said if you get Nike shit on your Nikes, you hit a hose. Like you're washing that shit with a toothbrush. You take a dump, you take a piece of paper, you wipe it till it looks clean, and you let it go.
Oh, that's another thing that they had in
No, that's how you get
China.
swamp ass.
They would have hose that you could spray your ass with when you were done.
Where? Oh,
In China.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, in some places in China, there were hoses on the wall that you could take off the wall and spray your ass with if you wanted
Now
to.
that's what I'm talking about. See, that's proper etiquette to me. Like that's what I like.
Was it cold or warm?
It
I
doesn't
think it was
matter.
cool. I don't remember. But if you're at an apartment and you have a toilet that's not a westernized toilet, it's a hole in the floor, your toilet hole is going to be in your shower. So you're automatically going to have that spray in your shower. Like, your toilet.
You ever shit in the
hole.
shower?
I shit in someone else's shower hole.
That's
Like
so
their
weird.
toilet in the shower.
So weird.
Oh, in China.
That's so-
Oh, you mean in
That's like
China?
the ultimate
In
form of
China.
intimacy, right? Let me come over and shit in your shower hole. We go.
I wasn't a
together now.
bad. I was a
You
bad
shit-
kid.
Spicy, you shit in my shower hole. We're getting married. I'm just letting you know.
I didn't shit in my pants when I was a kid. I shit in other people's pants.
No, I remember this one time I went over to this house party and I don't know what happened, but I could not. I was so embarrassed.
You drank some of that stuff that fucking Spicy was talking about.
Probably.
What was it Uso?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go to the bathroom so bad. Like I hate going to the bathroom, especially at parties. Like who wants to go take a shit at someone's house during a party, right?
Me?
So I went to the bathroom and they had a hole.
The boys both hands.
It was a hole and it was in the shower. So I get down there and I'm doing my business and I don't even pay attention to my surroundings and I look over and the window is wide open and there's this family sitting on their freaking balcony literally watching me while they eat dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Were you on full
God.
display?
Oh,
No, I was just
my
like
God.
I was squatting, but
Oh, that's so funny.
yeah.
Is there a flusher to that, or is it just like?
Yeah, so there is a flusher, but there's no water in the bowl. So when you flush it, there's water in the bowl, but the water comes out, but there's no sitting water.
So it's like an airplane toilet.
Oh,
Yeah. And then I've even been to some places where
did they see you?
yeah, they saw me.
And they were just watching you.
They're,
And you were watching them.
They're
They
sitting there eating their
wave at
rice,
you?
just like,
They
Yeah.
waved at me. Yeah,
oh.
that was embarrassing.
I was gonna do a Chinese accent, but do you know how hard it is to do that without squinting your eyes?
You know how hard it is to do that without getting
Embarrassing.
canceled, motherfucker?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I've been to some
Oh.
places like in Colombia or South America or some other places in Asia where there's no water at all. So you literally you do your business and then you scoop water out of a bucket that's next to you and you put it into the toilet and you have to scoop the water into the toilet
Really?
like
If
And then
I'm
it
doing all
pushes
that,
it
I'm just
down.
gonna shit outside.
That's what I'm saying. I'm digging a hole.
that.
I'm gonna dig a hole. And
I'm
I've done
digging
it
a
many
hole,
times.
marking it with a stick. Don't
I-
step on that for a week.
As a man, I've done it. I've done it before. I went into the
Yeah.
woods, and even in the woods, Mother Nature supplied me with a branch. I held onto the branch and I was on a log.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on the other side of the log? We're not gonna talk
Did you accidentally grab poison ivy instead of leaf?
No, never in my. I can't.
Oh.
Say, I think I probably had poison ivy maybe one time in my childhood. I can't remember.
I was camping with my family, and me and my
Oh
kids went
my
exploring. And there's a thing where, when you're kind of in enclosed spaces, whether it's the woods or anything, you kind of get this weird feeling inside. All of a sudden, you have to poo. I don't know, like a
Nervousness.
cozy-ish kind of nervous feeling, like, oh, I'm in this nice kind of cozy woods here, and it's like, oh, you have to poop.
Is that
So I
just
saw
not
this
your?
log.
Is that
Your
you sure
body
it's not
gets
your?
comfortable, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think what it is his primal instincts. You know how dogs mark territories.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what it is. He just walks out. He's like,
Have you ever noticed as soon as you come home from somewhere, the first thing you have to do is pee? Hold on a second, let me go pee.
I think that's just us being old, dude.
Maybe, but for me, it's always been a thing, and I think it goes back to primal shit. So anyway, I hang my ass. It's a toilet sized log, but I hang my ass over the other side, let my shit go, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I get up, and my ass is itching me, dude. I'm like, what the?
Oh
I
no!
looked down. There were ants all over this log, and they started like chewing on my ass. Man, I felt like I was on my first honeymoon. It felt so weird. I don't know what.
First
So here I am.
instinct
No, hold
was
on.
to what?
Here I am with my pants around my ankles, trying to.
Do you think you
Spirit shit all over the fucking place.
Well, I
You're
didn't
the
get any.
problem. You're the reason why there's shit on the walls, bro.
It was over a log. It was
You
fine until the
motherfucker.
ants. There's no ants in a bathroom.
You and your itchy ass crack.
It wasn't my ass. It was the cheeks. They were on my cheeks.
Do you
They were
think one
giving me the
crawled in your
what
butt?
for. Can you imagine the queen? My cheeks.
Can you imagine the fucking ants just sitting there minding their own business? And here
That's what
comes the
I'm saying.
fucking
In slow motion, just
here
two
comes a
big
fucking
moons.
mudslide from nowhere.
Oh, let's not clip
What
this
is
part,
this?
okay?
We've never been through this
Yeah, it's
before.
like the
Do we
bringer
eat
of
it?
the
What do we
yellow
do?
rain. The cursed
Man.
yellow rain.
It's a
I'm telling you.
mudslide.
Chocolate fountain.
I feel
Chocolate
bad.
rain.
I feel bad for ants. I've peed
Why?
on many ants in my life, dude.
You
You
know, people
what?
eat-
Peed on many ants in my life. You know, as a kid, you just like peeing on ant hills.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
imagine if we were the ants. The people just pee on them randomly.
There's a couple of websites about people who make good money doing just that.
You're right. You're right. We could have easily been some of those people.
Fat and
Somewhere in
spicy
our
means something
life,
different.
somewhere in our life, we reverted. We like, nah.
Now we're just going to talk about weird shit with our friends.
Dude, that's crazy.
You know, some in some countries they eat ants,
Yes, even in Mexico, you know what they
big
eat?
giant ants.
Huevos de hormigas,
What is
ant
that?
eggs. It's a delicacy.
How many of those you got to eat to get full?
I don't
How
know,
big
dude,
are
but
the eggs?
I
Are they
had
like,
a job, right, where I was working with some Mexican guys, and we pulled up these pavers, and you could see the ant tunnel lines all leading to the nursery where all these ants were carrying eggs. They were literally carrying these little eggs. It was kind of cute. And dude, my guys got excited. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, huevos hormigas. I'm like, ant eggs? He's like, see? I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, mucho delicioso, mucho dinero. I'm like, really? He's like, oh, see. Like, I don't know if they were fucking with me, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope
They're not
I
sitting
would
there-
love if they were fucking with you.
I mean, I don't know. I
Just
would
go
probably
on
try
through your
it.
life thinking people eat ant eggs.
I would probably try. I think the only thing about that, dude, is I'd probably be fucking pissed because when they came out there to serve me my fucking ant eggs, it probably with that fucking same scooper that they fucking use for Subway tuna.
For the fucking.
Fucking
Ladies
thing
and
about
gentlemen,
that-
he brought the joke full circle. Oh, shit.
In Colombia, they do. My brother had mashed potatoes and gravy the gravy had like these giant ants.
No, I don't need that.
He said
It's
it
just
tastes
too
like
much.
pepper.
That's
I heard
too
they were
much.
kinda
I'm
nutty.
not even big on pepper. You know what I'm saying?
You're not big on pepper?
I'm not like. I mean, I'm not where I want a fucking ball of pepper.
Homie, I work with this dude at work. Every time I make a pizza, he's one of the brewers. Tyson, I'm calling you out, homie. You watch the show. I know you do. Every pizza I make, this guy takes, the pepper shaker. The thing is a different color when he's done. No. I love pepper. I love pepper. I'm like, I bet you do.
It sounds like my little brother, man. My little brother Ben, dude. First guy I ever know. When he goes to Subway, he likes his tuna. He puts his tuna. He likes his tuna. You know when they ask you if you want it toasted?
Yeah.
He wants his tuna toasted
Ew.
with
Oh,
cheese
the
on it.
meat?
Yeah, he wants the tuna toasted.
Like a tuna melt.
Yeah, like a tuna melt.
Oh, I
That's
mean, I
gross.
get it,
wants
but
that, and
hot
then
tuna.
and then he just drowns it in pepper. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Half the
gross.
I'm not a tuna sandwich eater, but half the enjoyment of it is it's a cold sandwich.
Yeah, it's a cold sandwich, right? That's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying. Like a little
mean?
pickle on there, a
Yeah.
little mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some onion if you want to go for there. I had a cousin who did like peanut butter and onion.
Ew.
That was the
What
thing
is
for
wrong with
him.
your
He
family?
like,
Jesus Christ.
dude, somebody once dared me eat a
Like,
Kit
what
Kat
happened
dipped
in
in
your
ketchup.
childhood?
So what's something weird that you eat that people would be like,
Kit Kat and ketchup.
"Get the
Or in
fuck out
You
of
mustard.
here."
eat that
Wait,
still?
wait. You eat
Yeah.
it still?
Yeah.
A Kit Kat with mustard.
Yeah, a little dip of mustard in there.
Yeah, go ahead and get him out of the studio. Go ahead and get his ass up out of here.
Hey.
Come on here eating fucking Kit Kats with fucking mustard.
It started sophomore year. Somebody dared me, and I just kind of got a liking for it. So whenever somebody in the house brings home a Kit Kat or two, I like to put a little mustard on it.
What is that taste? Describe that taste to me.
It's salty, tangy, sweet. You know, it's. I don't know. I really like mustard.
I kind
And
of
I
feel
really
like
like Kit
I would try it, and I think we should do it on the show. Like, we should all pick.
I'll do it right now. Fuck, I don't have any Kit Kat.
No, we're not gonna do that on the show. Like that is crazy. Kit Kat
Now my
and
wife
What's
cannot
something strange?
stand mustard.
I love mustard. What's something strange you eat, Jacob?
Something strange that I eat, like a strange concoction.
Stop
Oh.
it, spicy. Stop.
So many jokes. So many jokes.
I don't eat fucking me got fucking eggs, motherfucker. Fucking eggs. Let's see.
I never had any.
Let's see. Dude, I don't know if I eat anything that's fucking weird, like literally weird.
You eat the tripa, the what do you call it? Menudo, the stomach?
I don't even know though.
No?
He eats
Mm.
tortillas
That's-
with peanut butter.
Yeah,
But that's bread. That's tortilla is literally bread. You know, like
you're as fucking
me-
Hispanic
to-
as Speedy Gonzalez.
to me,
Tortillas
I'll
with
tell you
American.
a weird
peanut
combination that I
butter.
see people eat is peanut butter on pancakes. That's fucking weird to me.
Oh, my wife loves it.
It's fucking
I
weird.
can't do
I
it.
taste it. It's fucking nasty.
It's too much dry and sticky. There's no moisture,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you.
You need the
What
syrup.
if you have
moisture.
a really moist peanut butter, though?
Then you've got the wrong shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say what the fuck you got.
Have you ever seen all
you got
natural
that
peanut
stuff that
butter?
was on the log where fucking
Yeah,
spicy was
it
at?
has a bunch of oil on the top of it.
Yeah, the all natural peanut butter is like this much oil. It's fucking.
I think my thing is I can eat a
Flavor on the bottom.
disgustingly amount of ranch.
Really?
Like I can just drink it out of the bottle.
I think
I've
that's probably
done that.
that's what came to my mind whenever I don't even know what disgusting things I eat, but one of the things that came to my mind was like if there's like leftover pasta, it doesn't matter what it is, I usually will add a little bit of ranch after I pop it in the microwave or heat it up.
Ranch
I'll
on
add a
the
little
pasta?
bit of ranch. Yeah, like
Oh,
spaghetti.
yeah.
Put a little ranch on the spaghetti when you heat it up again.
Ranch and
like-
spaghetti?
Mm-hmm.
So something that I've never seen
Try
in all my years of making
No.
pizza,
Or
I've just
chili.
never seen it, is people who order their pepperoni pizzas and then they want sides of ranch.
I love
want
fucking
what?
ranch. Dude, I will dunk my fucking if I had a bucket of
That's
ranch.
what
I
they
would
do.
dunk my fucking
That's what
pizza
they
in
do. In Portland, that's not a thing, but down here, every other pizza that I order or that gets ordered in my kitchen that comes with pepperoni is like Dunkin' Ranch.
I tell
Yeah.
you what I do. I tell you what I like to do. I like to put lettuce, carrots, bacon bits, ham on my fucking pizza and ranch and eat it. It's like taco
Lettuce?
pizza. Taco
That's like,
salad.
oh,
Oh, like taco.
I made
pizza.
it. I made a taco pizza. That's our
It's like
weekly
taco
special
salad
right
or
now.
salad type pizza, I like the crunch. I like the lettucey crunch on the pizza. It gives it like a fresh fucking feel.
So you're our resident Hispanic. You got to tell me what you think about this, right?
What?
This is my taco pizza, and it's on special right now at Port Pines Brewery, Crescent City, California. Come see me. It's
Shameless plug.
shameless plug. It's the crust, and then I mix beans and salsa, and that's the base, right? And then taco meat and onions, and I cook that. And it comes out lettuce, tomato, jalapeno, and then I take some tortilla chips and I crunch them on top like a taco shell. What do you
It
think?
sounds like
Serve
a
it with a little salsa on the side.
sounds
That's
like
what
a
they
decent
do at
taco chip. I'll tell you what I think. But when I think of taco pizza, I think of Taco Bell taco pizza. You're not talking about like you're not fucking cutting outside that fucking, you know what I'm talking about. You're not it's not tacos, it's taco, you know.
I'm making it like a Taco Bell taco.
Yeah, so it's like a taco pizza. Sounds pretty good. I eat it. I try it.
That's what I make. What do you want?
You're talking like what you're talking about pizza is like.
Oh, he's talking about Mexican pizza.
Hard Mexican pizza, the hard shell.
Made with the tostadas.
Yeah. You know, so like like I said, but there's different because when people say to me as a Mexican American, you know, when people say you want tacos, I'm thinking Taco Bell Mexican American.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you say you want tacos, I'm like, hell yeah, cilantro, onions, you know what I'm saying? Salsa verde, you know, like hook me up.
Ew, cilantro's like the devil's lettuce.
I'm expecting to have a beer.
No, this is the devil's lettuce in here, honey.
Right.
There's a Mexican restaurant down the street. The food is not great, but the margaritas are on point. Like they
sometimes.
have.
Do they serve queso?
Yep.
That's Mexican American.
They
queso?
have
any restaurant you go to and they give you chips and salsa and like chips and then cheese, that's Mexican American. It's Tex-Mex. It's not actual Mexican authentic. So when you go, and I'll give you guys a piece of advice if you're watching this and you watch this later, if you want legit authentic Mexican food, when you go into your Google, type in taqueria, okay? TAQ. Whatever you spell the rest of that, okay? Taqueria is where you want to go, okay? You don't want to search Mexican,
as long as your arm.
Don't search Mexican restaurant. Don't search Mexican food. Search taqueria, and you will find authentic Mexican food.
The good shit.
If you walk in and you don't see any Mexicans, walk back out.
I went into a Mexican grocery store.
Full of Mexicans, owned by a Mexican family.
There you go. See, that's what you need. You need it owned by Mexican
people.
No.
You understand, but even when you go to a Mexican American spot, they're owned by Mexicans because that's what you want to see. But I'm saying, if you go there, the people that are eating there,
are
not Mexican.
Oh.
That's not where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Mexican grocery store. It was like almost like a Mexican Albertsons, aisles and fucking grocery carts and piñatas up and down the fucking aisles and shit. And at one point in the corner, there was a guy who made dresses for the quinceañera. They had a little cafe in the corner on one side, and they had a little hair cutting station on the other. This place was as Tijuana as you could get in the whole store. Like it was everything.
If you ever go
this place, dude,
you see that
the tamales, get the fuck out, and they were cheap. You like 3 for $5, and a Coke in the bottle with the real sugar for an extra buck. So for $6, I got a ton of tortillas or tamales, Coke, and then for like $2, you could get a couple of chicharrones, the good long ones, chew on when you're going home, breaking teeth. Oh,
put that in a fucking corn tortilla,
dude. Get the fuck out!
I'm telling you, bro.
Telling you,
shit. But like I tell you, chicharrón is a pork skin. But a big fucking the big, big ones.
But not the ones you get in the bag that are all light and fluffy.
There's
like meat on them. There's actual pork.
Oh, so kind of like a
crackling.
Like crackling, yeah. That's
but a big
long
fucking crackling.
Yeah,
not the little ones.
Like I said, you get 2 for a couple of bucks, and I'd put them. They come in a big long paper bag. I'd walk to the bus stop with one sticking out, just
like a fucking dog.
You know it, dude. Yeah, like a dog.
There's this place here in town that does chicken cracklings, and they're so good.
I never had a chicken. I never heard of chicken crack.
Is that like KFC extra crispy?
No, it's just like they use the skins and thigh meat and make chicken cracklings. They make cracklings out of chicken. Yeah, the chicken.
I would love to try that.
It's really
good.
No
joke.
And they give like honey
gizzards,
and they give you honey and hot sauce and ranch if you want it.
You guys like gizzards?
No.
I mean, they're not. I'm not big on them, dude. But we got.
I've never had them
in the South. That's what we got. We get gizzards at our gas station. With the hot sauce.
We have them here in our gas stations for some fucking reason. I've never ordered one.
Try them. You might like them. Put some hot sauce on them.
It's like asking me to try lamb fries or mountain oysters.
I mean, it's breaded. You know what I'm saying? You just throw one in your mouth. It looks like a little piece of fucking breaded chicken.
I've had escargot. Have you guys ever had snails?
No,
I refuse.
No. They were probably
I've had escargot. You know what they are? They taste like. Of course, you know what they taste like. They taste like garlic buttery rubber bands.
That's because that's the first thing I want to fucking do when I
Why
fucking
would you
sit down
eat
to
that?
eat.
Why is that good?
Bring me a fucking look at me. Bring me a fucking
So,
rubber band. Soak it in fucking garlic butter.
they were chewy. The garlic butter that they use for that specific escargot, we had this in a very French restaurant, like super hyper expensive. Was so rich that you came for the experience, but they had to call it escargot. And so it came in this terracotta bowl. It was like this flat, and they had a bunch of holes in it, and in each one was a little snail. Then they poured this garlicky butter shit over the top, and then like tons of raw garlic. Put it in the oven and baked it. Then it comes out, and you take the snail out and you put it in the bread. Then you take the bread and you soak up some of the garlic. And not bad.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when that fucking escargot was first put on the menu. He's like, you know what, my fucking boss, he's pissing me off really bad. I'm gonna make him eat this fucking snail right here. Watch this shit. Check it out. It's real fancy. Look at it. Eat it. Oh, he fucking ate it. Look.
What do you think, boss?
The
It's like a garlicky rubber band.
The boss comes back. It's good, but it needs some butter.
Is it hard? Are they hard to like catch? Is it like?
I don't think they're very fast, Laws. I think snails are pretty slow.
Hard to catch.
I'm sorry. I love you.
No, I mean like.
Grab that fast one right there.
Like, is there like a season for it? You know, like it's come from the ocean. You don't get them out on land; they come from the ocean. So, like,
I think at this
snails,
point they have snail farms. Maybe. I'll tell you what though, those fucking snails are nobody's joke. I had an aquarium when I had my first apartment, just a single dude, and I needed something. So I put an aquarium in, and in one of my fish aquariums that came with one of my fish was one tiny little snail. Within 2 weeks,
snail though.
It doesn't matter. Snail's a snail. Within 2 weeks, I had about 150 fucking snails took over my goddamn tank. I had to take my fish out. It was fucking sick. They dominated the eco. One snail. It wasn't. I guess
this motherfucker comes over here. I got
hold
the
on.
fucking butter.
Hold on. So we're driving one day, me and my buddy Frank, and we see this truck in front of us, and it says, "We clean tanks and pools." So I call this guy up. Hello? I am cleaning fish tank. I have too many snail. He's like, oh, well, we can come over and we can take care of that. And we'll, what's going on? I have one snail. Now I have 250. He was, well, that's a common problem. They are asexual reproducers. I was like, are they good for eat? He goes, no, ma'am, you don't want to eat these. I'm like, no, but they are so many. I don't know what to do. You don't eat. No, ma'am, don't eat these. This guy's a fucking. I just hung up on him. I was laughing. So you got to prank call the fucking pool guy when you actually have snails in your fucking.
Do you like oysters?
Oh, I love oysters. Little hot sauce, little Worcestershire lemon.
Yeah. There's a place that does them with what is that dip? The spinach artichoke dip.
Yeah.
They put it on top of the clam or the oysters, and then they cook it in the oven, and then they'll bring them out like that. It's pretty good.
I love clams. Love steamed clams. Love all kinds. I love shellfish.
Do you like oysters?
I've had oysters maybe like once or twice in my life. I'm not big on seafood.
I think you said that once.
The biggest seafood that I probably like is like fish sticks, popcorn, shrimp.
It's not seafood.
I like to go to fancy fish places. I go to like Captain D's.
Get a burger.
Get the seafood platter. I want the 3 little fish sticks. The little what are those little bread balls called?
Hush puppies.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I do like the hush
bread
puppies.
Balls.
The bread
I
balls.
love hush puppies. I put ketchup on my hush puppies.
I thought you lived in the fucking South. You don't know what a hush puppy is called.
I don't know.
I put ketchup on my hush puppy. Tartar sauce on a hush puppy is good too.
What about ketchup on eggs?
I like lobster.
No, you don't like ketchup on eggs? You don't like lobster?
You don't like lobster?
No.
Get out of here.
No. I'm not a big I like I don't know, I just something about lobster. I think it's because I watched my dad used to bring him home, and we used to listen to him scream in the pot, and like
they don't scream. They don't scream.
Hey, no, James, you have a Merry Christmas, bro. Thank you again for sticking around, man.
No, he would.
Yeah, we love you, man. Thank you, guys.
They would be alive.
And if you can leave a comment, we appreciate it.
Have a Merry Christmas, James. they would be alive and then they would be dead in front of me, and I just couldn't do that. I don't know. And then like he would clean them, and there would be like that green guts coming out, and I was just like, no, I just don't like the flavor of them either.
Man, it's so sweet.
That's
with
like one of the
butter
only kind of things that I actually like, like, yeah, but I do put ketchup on my eggs though.
I do too. I like scrambled eggs with
migas in it.
With what?
Migas, like so what you'll do is you'll basically
The ant eggs?
No, migas, like corn tortillas. Take corn tortillas, right? Cut them into strips. Cut your corn tortilla into strips and then cut them into squares. So you're gonna end up with like little squares, about this. Take some oil, fry them in the oil a little bit, let them get almost hard. Then you want to put your eggs in there, salt, pepper, and you got migas. You take them out. You can put cheese on them if you want, or and ketchup, tortillas. Fucking try it. It's beautiful, fucking delicious.
Sounds like chili willies or whatever they call it.
Chilaquiles, but without the chilaquiles, yeah, chili willies.
Don't they put the chips and shit in there?
No, but that's like I said, it's chilaquiles. You know what I'm saying? It's different, but it's kind of the same concept. But it's more like breakfast.
Corn tortillas, like not cooked.
Yes, I like my corn tortillas with like chorizo and eggs in a corn, not flour. But I like
mole
with the flour.
Wait, not cook. You talking about not heated up?
Yeah, like
not with fried.
No. You gotta cook them up. You gotta
heat them. You gotta warm them.
Like, okay, that's one thing I don't understand. Okay, let me ask you guys, since it's more like a kind of a question directed to your guys' race. Why do you guys not heat up y'all's tortillas when y'all buy them from the store? Like when you get them out that pack?
I do.
I do.
Y'all heat them up?
It depends on what I'm making. So it depends on what I'm
making.
making.
No, it doesn't matter what you're making. You heat them up all the time. Every time.
I have a glass.
Every time. No matter what you make, heat the tortillas up.
Sometimes I'll make like little sandwiches, like little like meat.
Correct, but you still want to cook them again.
No.
Yeah, I got a glass top stove. I put it on there. I take the tongs. I flip them until they start to puff up a little bit. Then I'll take them in the kitchen, put some butter.
Use your fucking hands. That's what you got the fingers for, man.
I can't. I work with my hands. I can't burn them at home for something stupid.
Tortillas are not stupid.
I'm sorry. You're right. Shit. Don't take me away.
All right, guys, but it is time.
We gotta go. I gotta pee so bad right now.
Yeah. He's over there dancing in his little cherry. Golly. But yeah, guys.
Hey. Whoa. Before we go, Laws. Jacob, I just want to say to you guys, I love you guys a ton. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys too.
Just get out of here, the sentimental ass.
I don't know.
No, Merry Christmas, guys. Like I said, hopefully we can come back to you before next year, guys, even if it's just for like 15-10 minutes. I'm hoping that these guys get their gifts in time and they can open them on live with you guys. But as always, guys, if we don't see you till next year, remember that Phat and Spicy in-laws. We love you guys. Make sure you check out our rest of our content on YouTube. You can find all that at the PNS Studios. So this at the PNS Studios on YouTube, guys. Every like, every share, every follow, every comment means the world to us. We love to comment to you guys back. We love engaging with you guys, and we can't wait to see what we bring you next year.
We can't wait till what we bring you.
Exactly. You ever had a dream where you
we can't finish your sentence?
Yeah. Oh, guys, right. As always, though, remember that we love you. And if you don't know, I'm Phat.
I'm Spicy.
And that's Laws.
Merry
Christmas, guys. Y'all have a great and a happy New Year. No, Laws, you really got to start heating up your tortillas. You cannot just eat them cold. They're not made to be eaten cold like that.
They're not made to be.
No, you have to heat them up, cook all the bugs out.